we're going to be gone from the pod. So this is the last episode of the year. You know what I mean? So make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all this shit, obviously. Let us know what was your favorite episode if you've been watching all of them. What's the best content you've seen from us this year?
Yeah.
But I guess we can kind of get into talking about the wider year in music.
Yeah, I mean, let's just kind of reflect on a great 2023, you know?
I think that, I guess, I kind of want to start with, do we want to start off with MVP or Best New Artist?
I think we should just get right into MVP.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like we all might have a similar answer.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've kind of touched on it before. I don't know. I think the MVP of 2023 was Lil Yachty.
I agree.
Okay. Are you talking about hip hop wise?
Nah, music wise.
Music wise, why?
Because
I kind of took mine hip hop wise.
yeah.
To be honest, when I was looking at the whole thing, I'm not considering a Taylor Swift or an Olivia Rodrigo or any of them. I kind of took it in my world, in the circles that I'm involved in, which primarily is hip hop.
Yeah.
I see it to be Yachty.
I think I kind of agree with you, but we talked a lot about SZA last night, so that's why I'm saying like I just want you to like talk through it. And
That's why I was gonna say, because SZA is my number 2. Like I put both of them down. So like SZA was the only other person that I thought was contending, but I picked Yachty because I think Yachty had the youth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I mean, that's been a theme with how we think of things. Obviously, we're a younger podcast, but like I feel like if you have your finger on the pulse and like understand what's happening next and are able to speak to that through visuals, fashion, features, your own individual songs, how you're dropping the songs, he seemed like every move he made was right.
Mm-hmm.
And then to end so strong with doing all this Concrete Family stuff, doing the Cypher, Caribou taking off, just did the Christmas song with DC2 Trill and everyone, like the podcast. The nigga really has done everything in every medium of content. So I'm going Yachty as my MVP for this year.
Yeah, you can't just do one thing. You can't just drop one great album. You can't just do an album, do a couple features. To be the MVP, you have to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to be executing everything on a high level. And like you said, that's exactly what he did. He opened the year with Let's Start Here, which was the biggest deviation from his sound that he's ever made. And it was a really successful deviation. You know, I think it made a bunch of year-end lists. I think people really liked it. Reaction online at drop was incredible.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy that was such a big splash, such a big moment. And I feel like he's done so much this year that's almost like faded into the background. It was also a really early release.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
It's just like, oh, he also did that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But then he had all the songs. He had some incredible tracks come out, some hits, some incredible guest features. He's rapping his ass off. And like you said, he was breaking artists. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get into it when we talk about Best New Artist, but there's a couple people in that Concrete camp that you could like make claims for as like some of the best new artists to come out this year, you know?
No cap. I mean, shit.
And the podcast. I didn't even get on the podcast. Best new podcast. One of the, like, I'm not, like, it's funny because I have a podcast, but I don't really watch and consume that much long form podcast content. A Safe Place is one that I will.
It's the
like
easiest
pretty much
pod to
every
watch.
episode. I'll
It's
sit down and watch the whole
literally-
thing.
It's so easy to watch. Such great conversation.
Yeah.
That nigga's funny too. He's a funny nigga. I could appreciate an artist who like actually lets you into their life and personality and isn't so obsessed with being shrouded in, not even just, because I feel like mystery is a word like we use a lot. Just like, you know, like kind of being standoffish a little bit, you know? I like that he's let us into his life.
Yeah, and I think it's allowed him to showcase like the positive sides of his personality way more, because I feel like whenever we do hear from Yachty, it's like him like complaining about something or just being like a little bit like, oh, why does everyone hate me? But this kind of allows him to like, you know, be his true self and be funny and be like more vocal about things and like fully explain himself when
I was gonna say
he does
create your own narrative.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the guests he's been able to get have been really interesting. Everyone from like V's to Arrogant Tay to he just had Coach K and P up there. Like it's become a very interesting platform, and like there's a lot of diversity in the guests that he's bringing on.
I would love to sit on that purple couch that he has there.
What, that Mitch sits on?
Yeah, that's a wild.
Calling it a couch is crazy.
What? Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, I feel
purple
like-
structure?
I feel like that can't be comfortable the whole episode, bro.
At all.
There's no
At
back
all.
to it.
That to me is the closest thing is like, you know, like the cat furniture that you get for your cat.
Yeah.
that they
Yeah,
cuddle in. That's the
yeah.
closest thing I've ever seen to like human cat furniture, and I really want it.
No, it's fire though. It's a fire piece.
But you did say SZA. I think that if it's not Yachty, it's definitely her. I mean, she killed shit. SOS ran the whole year. Visuals everywhere. You know, she obviously did the tour. Got D4VD to open, so like she had that element being brought in. The songs were like TikTokable, but also you got something like Snooze. Like she killed shit, obviously. I fuck with it.
I do too. Travis Scott had a big year.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the MVP, but I do think he was everywhere. I think he had the best selling hip hop album of the year. And I think the collabs that he did, we talked a little bit about the AP collab last night. The GQ cover story. It seemed like every time he stepped out, it was a big splash. He didn't do any small. There was no small Travis Scott moments, you know? And the tour.
That Nike shit was funny, though.
Which one?
The recent one.
What are you talking about? Oh, the shoe?
When he was yelling at the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
The Cactus Mac stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's corny.
It's a roll.
I don't like that. I don't like this marketing stuff
it's just so obvious that it's
not
fake.
It's not him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's gimmicky.
He's like, come on, John.
Yeah, I agree.
John.
I agree.
Then he's like, I'm gonna deface your fucking name, like with graffiti. I'm edgy. No hate on Travis though. No hate
He had
on
a good
Travis.
year though. He
Watch
had
his
a,
GQ
he had a
10
really
Essential
good
Things.
year.
That 10 Essential Things was hilarious.
I loved it.
You gonna get a BlackBerry?
Yeah.
Gold one.
I'm gonna get the PG Lang phone.
Oh god. Like,
getting the-
why do niggas want to drop phones?
Huh?
What is they on?
That's the most Kendrick thing I ever seen. Bro, that phone.
I don't know if that's fire, to be honest. I get it.
This
I feel like Kendrick is trying to be edgy in his own way, but I don't like it.
nigga want to hate on Kendrick.
I'm not hating. I'm just
No.
what's the point?
Nah,
Well, I would
I'm
love
not
if I had bread. I would love to have that as a second phone. To be honest,
as a burner phone.
just same number, same everything.
What
but
contacts you put on that one?
it could have all my contacts.
Oh, okay.
But just the fact that it's no social media, it's really just phone calls and texts. I could choose. I could consciously be like, I don't need to be on social media today. Because you can't, I guess you can tell yourself that and try not to get on it. But you realistically need to keep your phone in case someone tries to contact you. So if if I wanted to have a day where I'm just like, okay, off my phone, I'll just take that phone.
Did you have a Firefly when you were like a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just
Well, I had like the LG chocolate.
Yeah, he just had the fucking adult Firefly, bro.
Yeah.
Like just with the you could call your mom. Like you got one number in there. Like
Exactly.
911.
Oh my god.
I'd get a flip phone. I'd get one of those just to take on
Yo,
occasional
I
days.
was wilding with that. Because I had begged my mom for a phone. I got the phone. It was only her number there, bro. I would call her way too much. Just be like, yo, you good? You know you could contact me, right? Stupid.
Why don't you ever call me like that?
I learned quickly not. I'm gonna start FaceTiming niggas more. Spencer didn't like FaceTime at first.
I still don't really.
Spencer doesn't. I can tell you don't like FaceTime if he's taking you like a little too long to answer.
Yeah.
Spencer doesn't like to be contacted.
Are you a FaceTime person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm not gonna just like call you regular.
I like to
unless
be
it's quick.
contacted. I like